My designer is Münn, the founder of Korean brand called Münn. He began his career as a fashion designer in 2010 when he worked as an assistant for veteran designers as Woo Young Mi and Lee Seng Hwan. In 2013, he found his own brand, Münn, where Münn is a part of his name, Münn in its German version, as he explained in one of his interviews. Münn aim is to combine formal clothing inspired by made-to-order of the 60s with workwear by creating modern, little elaborate, and versatile silhouettes. Since launching in 2013, the brand has shown in fashion shows of Seoul and London and has been noted for always attempting to delicately subvert the fashion industry's traditional ways of operating. Hwan Min-han's main inspirations are Alexander McQueen and Hossein Chalayan. As we can see, both of these brands are highly experimental. They play a lot with shapes of the garments. The models look mostly like aliens, and their aesthetics is not about beauty. It is gaining to raise deep emotions of its viewer, no matter good or bad emotions. Their collections always tell us a story. Throughout the years, as I can see, Münn is moving similar directions with his fashion heroes. He's going more and more abstract and futuristic, experimenting with shapes and materials. He's representing his models in more artistic ways. The base of Münn's collections is exclusive tailoring. For the Spring-Summer 2020 collection, for example, Münn has deconstructed the tailored elements by combining them with athleisure-style cycling shorts, military jackets, and mesh pants. The color scheme of most of his collections is dominated by black, with elements of muted or neon colors. The futuristic touch of his collections is given by the fusion of Korean handbook style manufacturing mixed with European tailoring techniques. Münn's brand aesthetic resonate to me as for a designer. By his sophisticated collections, he aims of minimalism and emotional honesty. Münn is definitely pushing the boundaries of gender in fashion. There is a lot of contrasting materials and shapes traditionally considered as muscular or feminine are provocatively mixed together in both men's and women's collections. Traditional male archetypes getting transformed in his collections with pinstripe tailoring, elegantly feminized through sheer details, unexpected ruffles, decorative flowers, and sometimes pastel colors. Münn's pays a lot of attention to detail, especially in his tailoring techniques. As you can see on these images, Münn's plays a lot with usual details of tailoring garments and then reimagines them in completely unexpected ways. I see these tailoring details as a signature of the brand, and I think it must continue in his future collections. I couldn't find the photographs of Münn's design process, but I got lucky a few days ago and he posted on his stories on Instagram the draping process. And here again we can see how much he plays with shapes and also how much attention is given to reimagine these classic tailoring techniques. Also, as an important part of the brand, I see how it's been represented in his latest collections. So his photographs and videos are very dynamic. The colors are muted, and models' emotions are quite melancholic. So there is an unusual combination of um, action and melancholy at the same time, which I think gives a unique character to this brand. Munn's Marketplace. So the prices, as I researched, starting somewhere around $700 up to 1,800. It has a luxurious quality made to order. Age group of the brand is about starting from 23 to 40. And their competitors, as I also could research, is Manon, is another Korean brand, Acne Studios, and SS Deli. All of these brands are working quite a lot with tailoring. They have more or less similar pricing rate, and they all have unexpected and interesting details to their garments that is quite similar to the style of Munn. Munn brand is also trying to be sustainable. It is approved by the Joint Life labeling, as they are using fabrics that are created with 50% of ecologically grown fabric. They are also standing against animal cruelty. Munn doesn't use real animal leather as well as the use of animal fur, as it is strictly prohibited in their company. Huan Min Han states that their team consists of skilled specialists with years of experience that can help them to create freely while making least amount of damage to the environment. He also says that the company is focusing more on conscious materials choices and including recycling, upcycling projects in their collections, like, for example, creating garments out of vintage ties or producing bags out of tires. So this is my mood board for the future collection. I tried to keep here the main aesthetics of the brand, which is muted colors, a lot of black, and a lot of contrast of masculine and feminine. I'm planning to experiment a lot with tailoring shapes and play with contrasting materials as well, like very muscular, sharp fabrics mixed with mesh or transparent silk. I also plan to pay attention to sustainable part of the collection. I'll use fabrics that's been made sustainably, and I also will explore some materials for upcycling. I want to push this brand more towards an abstract and artistic representation. For the fabrics again, I want to use transparent silk, some striped fabrics for the lining, a lot of black, and I want to add some elements of pink or beige colors, like here on the left, for example. This is one of my experimentations for textiles prints.